welcome back to another episode of the Cobra Twist podcast. I am Daniel.
I am Chris. And
I'm
today,
Sean. Oh, fuck.
There we
oh,
go.
okay.
There it is.
Hi, I'm Sean.
No
Now,
introduction needed, I guess.
no introduction. The man, the myth himself. Now, I just want to say something before we continue. All of us, all three of us here, have a track record of making jokes about Alberto Del Rio. None of that today,
Oh,
please.
no.
All right.
Yeah.
I had to cut some stuff from last week's podcast. Please make this easy for me. No Del
Wait,
Rio
I can't remember.
jokes.
Did you cut the Borat impressions?
No, I left those in. I thought that
Okay, thank God. Whew, thank God.
So, wrestling happened this week.
A lot of wrestling.
Wrestling also happened 20 years ago. This week was the anniversary of possibly the best WrestleMania ever. I think a lot of people would agree with me there. WrestleMania 17 was the
Yeah.
best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
I
right.
loved that Mania. I rewatched it this week. My God, was it good? I rewatched it on my birthday. Actually, that was this week. Happy birthday
Well,
to me.
Nice.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, I had to say it. So Mania 17 was a very good card. Let me just get it up here so I don't.
Oh, I already got it right now.
Yeah, me
You
too.
got it?
You got Chris Jericho versus William Regal. Taz
Oh,
and
boy.
APA versus Right to Censor.
Yeah,
Kane versus Raven and Big Show for the Hardcore Championship.
damn good match.
Yeah, a lot of fun moments from that one. Eddie Guerrero versus Test for the European Championship.
Exactly. Eddie
Shouts out to my
Guerrero
boy
won that
Test.
one.
Kurt Angle
Women's Championship
versus. Oh wow, okay.
The Women's Championship was China versus Ivory. China won. There was a street fight between Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon with Mick Foley as special guest referee. Now, I watched the Go Home Raw for this show before that.
Yeah.
They just brought Mick Foley out at the last possible moment, and they were like, some contract stuff happened. You know how you fired Mick Foley? Yeah, he's the referee now. It just
Plot
happened.
twist.
I think
Yeah.
the most important thing that happened on that show was the TLC match.
I was
And
just
that's
about
literally
to
next
get
on the
to
card.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's literally next.
it was. My God, was that a damn good match?
Everyone knows that match. Like you gotta know.
Yeah. A lot of non-wrestling fans know that match because Edge jumped off a ladder and speared. Was
That
it Jeff?
spear.
I think it was Jeff.
Yeah, it was Jeff.
Jeff took
Who else would it
a
be in that
couple hell
match?
of a spots. Well, it could have been one of the Dudley. Yeah, no.
Bubba Ray Dudley hanging from the championship
Bubba
belt
Ray
15
Dudley
feet above the
hanging,
air.
yeah. The Bubba Ray Dudley
All right.
hanging. That just
Anyways,
reminds
next
me
up.
Of, the gimmick battle royale.
Shaky baby.
Cheeky baby. He broke some backs and he made some humble. We'll go with it. He did. We'll run through the list of people who were in this match. He defeated Brother Love, the Bushwhackers,
Hey,
Jim Cornette, Doink,
hey. Wait.
Duke the Dumpster,
The
Earthquake,
Goon.
the Gobbledygooker, the good, Michael Hayes, Hillbilly Jim, Kamala, Kimchi, the One Man Gang, the Repo Man, Sergeant Slaughter, Tugboat, and Nikolai Volkov. That's a list of people for sure.
So, anyways, the next match. Undertaker versus Triple H.
I want to say
The first.
this match holds a very special place in my heart.
You know what? I'm going to be bold
They
here.
were played to the ring by the one and only Motorhead, my favorite band of all time, and that match.
I'm gonna be bold here. This is Undertaker's most underrated WrestleMania match. On the best WrestleMania ever, I think this is Undertaker's most overlooked.
What about hold on a second here.
What?
Let's. I have one Undertaker match that might be better, but Chris, do you want to talk about the main event?
Oh, how can we not talk about the main event? Stone Cold versus The Rock, the WWF Championship, in a no disqualification match. And now in this match, obviously, the infamous Stone Cold Steve Austin heel turn, where he shook hands with Satan himself, Mr. McMahon.
Hulk Hogan? No. Yeah.
Whoa.
Duo. That
Whoa.
was, I think one of the best heel turns ever. And one of the most infamous ones anyway. It was
Yeah.
brilliant.
And then the next night on Raw, the 2-man power trip formed. And that was just, oh
Yeah,
my God,
yeah, man.
that ruled.
I think it's not even funny. I've built up too long. I was gonna make a joke and say that the Undertaker's best match was Mania 19, where he came out to with Limp Bizkit. Um, but it's not even that funny. It doesn't top 17.
No.
No. Good entrance though.
His best
uh,
entrance was Mania night. No, his best entrance was actually, I
the
think his
one
best entrance was WrestleMania 29.
was that the one where he came out with the hands?
That was
People with
with
the
the hands,
hands,
with all the
and yeah,
NXT guys
yeah,
as Druid.
that was good. That one. Okay.
Just the image of
Uh,
it was so daunting to me. It was
yeah, it
incredible.
was very intimidating. Which okay, that's gonna lead me on to another question here. What's your favorite Mania entrance of all time?
Uh,
Oh my God.
definitely HBK's ziplining. It's
Oh,
classic.
the zipline one. Okay, yeah.
My favorite.
I was gonna say when you said HBK's entrance, I was like the one where he came out dressed as Jesus, or
Also pretty good.
that one. Like I'm joking when I say it, but that one was not a half bad entrance. It was
Big
up there.
gimmicky, but
It was gimmicky because it was like, oh, he's found God, but it was good, you
it,
know.
it's it's nice to see that he incorporated something from his own personal life into his wrestling gimmick. Because
Yeah,
like
that
the whole
wasn't
convert
just
thing.
him like
Yeah.
talking about the smile that he lost, you know.
Mm.
Um, so Chris, what's yours?
I think there's two that I think of. One of them
Okay,
is the John Cena WrestleMania 23 gangster entrance, where like CM Punk was one of the gangsters. I think
where
it was
Punk
Mania
was one of the
23.
yeah.
I think it was Mania
And that
23. And the second
23,
one,
it might have been 22. 23 sounds right though.
yeah, the second one. This is gonna sound weird. This is gonna sound really weird, but the second one that comes to mind is the New Day Booty-O's entrance from WrestleMania 32.
Right.
I'm dead
Um,
serious about this.
it was
With the giant
22, by the way.
Booty-O's box, oh my God, that ruled.
I don't.
Plus,
Yeah,
their gear
that
was
was.
fire.
Oh yeah, the gear was good.
That black and gold, crisp.
I think I've actually got that like as a figure. I think they
Yeah,
released
it,
like a,
it
a
was
box where it was like Bootios, and I think I've
it was
got
a
that
Toys R Us
up on my
exclusive
shelf. Yeah,
in the
yeah. I
in the
think it
states.
was. God, I think it was like Smith's exclusive over here or something. That's a massive toy
Yeah, it
chain.
was a Smith's exclusive in the UK because I
Yeah,
remember watching a video of like someone
yeah,
doing like
man.
a figure toy hunt. Got
That
wrestling
was.
days. That's the man.
Oh man, that was a
That's
good
my
entrance.
man.
Like I like that entrance a lot. But if I'm gonna say my favorite entrance, it's either Triple H at Mania 17, as I said, or again Triple H. At what was it? It was either
Same Mania
20.
27.
It was either 27 or 26. No, it
Is
wasn't
it the one
26
where he
because that
threw the
was
sledgehammer through glass?
no. Although well, that was 25. Although that was a very good entrance too. Oh,
Huh.
there was some shenanigans with that. I think did they not pre-record that? I
No, they
think I
didn't.
remember hearing that they pre-recorded it, which upset me a lot as a child.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
um, I
Don't
remember
forget the
hearing that
Mania
somewhere.
29. Don't forget the Mania 29 Triple H entrance where like he burned himself with dry ice.
Yeah, He gave him he gave himself like
And then
12
he
pounds.
beat Brock Lesnar. That's tough as nails.
Oh God, yeah. No, my
Brock
my
Lesnar.
my other Triple H one is the one where he came out to For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, was that Mania 27?
It was either 20. I think it might have been 27. It was the one
Because I think
in
that was the
no
Taker
when?
match, and Taker had like the Johnny Cash thing or whatever, right?
No, I think that was the year before. I think.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I think it was 27. No, the Johnny
Yeah,
Cash
it was
thing was
27. It
on
was 27.
the Johnny Cash thing was on the SmackDown before, wasn't it? Where like
It was like
there was
it
the
was like
vignettes
Taker's
that
like
played for
return,
like
like hype up or something.
yeah, there was the vignettes that played for like 4 weeks, and I remember these vividly because they terrified me as a child. Um, I
Yeah, it
remember
was Ain't
these,
No
and
Grave.
it was Ain't No Grave, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and he did use it at Mania 27. He did use it at
did he?
27. Yeah, he
They've
did.
edited it off the network. Then I know they edited
Yeah,
out For Whom the Bell Tolls as well, which annoys me to no end because
yeah. I got
that
the
was
video
the
right here,
perfect
but I
song.
can't watch it.
Yeah,
Can I watch it?
I think someone uploaded it to like Daily Motion or something.
Something.
Um,
I think.
it, it was yeah, I loved that one. That because I've said on multiple occasions that and the um Memory Remains from the Hell in a Cell match, the end of an era, the one with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee, was my introduction to Metallica, which is now my favorite band of all time. Um, so match of the week. What are we thinking, Chris? Because I haven't watched any wrestling this week. As always,
Huh.
you know.
There's like two matches that come to mind. They're both from AEW, so get ready here.
Okay.
Now, one of them I actually did watch, and the other I only caught moments from. The one that I did watch was Christian's first singles match, Christian Cage versus Frankie Kazarian.
I've heard some
And you
decent
know
stuff.
what? And you know what? It was actually a pretty solid match. It was a really well
Okay.
worked match. Christian, he did show some ring rust here and there because obviously it's his first singles match
In
since 2014.
God knows, yeah, like I was away to say, it's been
But you
like
know what?
7 years.
Showed
Yeah,
out for going like nearly like 20 minutes against Frankie
he
Kazarian,
went
who's
20
literally
minutes.
one of the most
Oh,
underrated wrestlers in AEW. I think it
okay,
was like a 15-minute, 20-minute time limit. I don't remember, but I know like they nearly ran out of time for that match.
okay. That sounds.
Like
I'll maybe go
commentators
back
pointed it
and
out.
watch that.
There was
I'll
that, and there
probably
was
go back
like
and watch that. Yeah.
what?
I said I'll probably go back and watch that because that
I
was
thought Sean said something.
all right.
Nah, I'm just being quiet. You guys know more knowledge of wrestling. I don't think I've watched for the past couple weeks, but I did hear about Christian's match. And I know
Sean's
I
that
just
he,
a
saw some
pretty
people in
face.
chat talking about it.
yeah.
Yeah, Sean's
Sean's
making a
just a
good
pretty face here.
one. Yeah.
I did hear and I did see Christian talk about it and said there's no such thing as ring rust. And once
Oh,
again, going out there after about 7 years, it's nerve wracking. But knowing
Yeah,
that
it's been
like
so long.
so long, but knowing that you have like thousands of people backing you up, it's got to give you that good feeling. Well, I
yeah.
don't think it's his first singles match, but he did have the Rumble. But
He had the Rumble, but how long was he in the Rumble? Like 10 minutes?
And it's the
eh, it's the Rumble, so he didn't
yeah.
have much spotlight.
I was
So
about.
he
That's what I
really
Yeah.
was
shone.
just about to say. It's like the Rumble is not the most physically taxing match you can be in. Sure, if you pull
Unless
a Rey
you're entering from
Mysterio
like number
or an
one.
Edge, yeah. If you pull like a Rey Mysterio or an Edge,
Chris
or then
Benoit.
the other person who won from spot number one, um,
I
you
wonder who.
can it can be very taxing. But like, if you're in for 10 minutes, it's not you don't do a whole lot. I'm saying that from a fan's point of view. I've never been in a wrestling ring, but
Right.
like I don't imagine it's particularly taxing as far as wrestling goes.
Still had to be nervous though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Uh, First time in like what 6 years, 7 years. It's
Yeah.
gotta be scary.
I'm surprised they never even had a huge like I'm retiring. It was so quiet and swept under the rug compared to Edge. Like
I
everybody
I
was
Like AJ
speculating
Lee's.
about it.
part of
He
me
was
thinks
just
the only reason Edge had such a big send off was because he was champion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which hurt a lot, but it's
He's back. So
he's back and
didn't
he's
last.
better than ever. He's got a knack for making things better.
Especially now that he's woken up and discovered the rated R superstar within him.
Oh god, I love this so much. I'm so glad.
I feel like
Okay.
I think huh?
Oh yeah, the other match.
The other match that I was gonna get to was Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy versus Miro and Kip Sabian, and I think it was the Arcade Anarchy match.
I haven't seen this one.
It was
Yeah.
I kind of saw bits of it. It looked like a really fun match, but the highlights were obviously the returns of Chris Statlander and Trent. Oh, and Sue, of course, Trent's mom. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Trent's mom rules. Hey,
So
shouts out to Sue. That match was just a lot of fun, and the returns were great. Like Chris Statlander's return was out of nowhere.
yeah.
Trent
I'll
was kind
always
of
love a good
expected.
return.
You always love a good return when you have absolutely no idea that it's going to happen. And that's a
Yeah.
huge problem with wrestling today. Because most of the time
It's
you go
always
online and it kind of gets spoiled for you.
some smark on Twitter ruins it. It was like the
Exactly.
MVP thing, right? When MVP
Wrestle
was
votes.
returning at the Rumble. Yeah. It was well, I don't mind wrestle votes usually. Because wrestle votes doesn't tend to give it all away. Wrestle votes will
Wrestle
say,
votes
"Oh,
rules.
there's a big return,"
Wrestle votes
and you're like,
rules
"Okay,
75% of the time. I'm sorry for talking over
yeah,
you, Daniel, but
no, it's fine, it's your thing."
yeah,
But
it's my
what I
gimmick.
was gonna say was, it's like, always some smark ruins it on Twitter, and it was what happened with the MVP return at last year's Rumble, was it? It was like
Yeah.
someone saw the MVP Tron and they posted it on Twitter to ruin it for everyone else.
To be fair, they also did it for Victoria, and she returned in this year's Rumble, not last year's.
Yeah,
To be
that's
fair.
true. Still, smarks, hate them. What they ruin wrestling.
Smart Mark Wrestling.
Yeah. Anyway,
Smarkville Productions.
and anyway, man,
Shouts
Raw
out to my man.
happened. What
Wrestling
what
kind of
went on
sucked this
Raw?
week.
Yeah, wrestling sucks most weeks. That's why I
Like,
don't
I
watch
skipped
it.
SmackDown last night. I skipped SmackDown, and I
I
actually heard it was mixed.
it,
Like I saw some people saying it was really good, and
Chop
some
gave it a
people
3.
Chop
Yeah,
gave it a
Chop gave it.
3
Yeah,
out of
I
10. Like,
enjoyed it. I'll admit I only watched the first hour. I wanted to see the Logan Paul bit. I wanted
yeah,
to
I
see the
went back and
Logan Paul
watched the
bit.
Logan Paul bit. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
I just want to say I think Logan Paul gets too much hate. Like, this isn't
Yeah.
entirely wrestling related, but I'm gonna continue to beat this horse to death. I think Logan Paul, he might film it afterwards. I think Logan Paul is like hated too much.
Yeah.
He did a bad thing a long time ago, but he's very much a different person now.
He's
Like,
grown.
yeah, his little brother is a twerp. I hate his little brother.
The difference between Logan Paul and Jake Paul is that when Logan Paul made mistakes, he
He owned it.
bettered himself after. He
Yeah,
tried. He apologized and he tried moving forward.
and he made
And he
himself
tried being
somewhat
mature. And he
likable.
is the more mature brother.
Oh, he was always the more mature brother.
Yeah.
It's just he's aged himself, and Jake Paul is
Jake Paul
still
sucks and I blame Disney.
Jake Paul sucks, and I blame Vine. Um, so
Jake Paul sucks and I blame Disney. Shouts out to Bizarre
yes,
A man's Dirk.
If we're
Why
talking
do I
about
remember that?
if we're talking about what happened this past week, I think on Raw we have to talk about the most important segment.
oh god, yeah.
Hey, hop hop.
Oh, that rolled.
Oh, we were thinking of different things.
That's not even ironically. That's not even ironic. I thought that rolled. I love Miz
I
and
didn't
Morrison.
hear it. I didn't watch Raw, and I haven't checked like YouTube in a while. I will need to go listen to that.
It's
I watched Raw. I just don't remember.
Trust me, if we could get away with it from a copyright perspective, I would be listening to it live on the podcast for my first reaction. But
We hop a little. We hop a lot.
and then we have the Hurt Business.
The
I
Hurt
think it's the
Business.
most
Oh dear God.
idiotic, but also sort of, I guess, okay decisions to make.
Mm.
But once again, if Bobby's going to be this big star,
It feels like
it,
WWE is doing everything in their power to make sure Drew
To
gets
make
booed at
sure.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. 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 You know what? I would bold statement coming from the Scotsman. I'm rooting for Bobby Lashley at Mania here.
Oh yeah,
Um,
who wouldn't be?
I wouldn't necessarily boo Drew McIntyre. I like him. He's cool
Oh
and
yeah, I
trendy
love
and hip
Drew,
with the
but like
kids. But it's Bobby Lashley, man.
this is Lashley's moment.
Yeah, he's. I think Lashley should win. I have a horrible feeling that he isn't gonna win. Um, they're gonna have Drew be champion on and off for the next 30 years. Um, but Drew's gonna beat Ric Flair's most reigns. It's not even gonna be Charlotte. It's gonna be Drew McIntyre. And he's gonna triple Ric Flair's total reigns
by
in the
just
next
flip
10
flopping,
years.
like championship every 4 months, possibly. You let somebody else have it,
Yeah,
take it right back, like they did with
like the,
Orton, which I still never understood why they did that. But
I think what happened with the Orton thing was they were just trying to get those numbers up, and they were hoping we wouldn't notice. I think they were hoping we'd forget about it. That like by now we'd have kind of forgotten that they had the title dropped to Orton for one night,
yeah, I feel like
and then
Orton's just so good that like most people didn't really care because he doesn't really
no,
need a belt to be
yeah,
entertaining. Besides with the whole Fiend feud, I'm not really a fan of it. Like it's sort of interesting, but they've played it out for so long that a lot of people are just like, "Get this over with. We want to
a
see
lot.
something else."
The Fiend feuds do tend to get overplayed a little bit. They drag out a while.
Yeah,
The Cena one certainly felt like
Braun
it did.
Strowman.
Yeah, this hell the Strowman one did too. Um, but I'm looking forward to the match at Mania. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And on that, how's the Mania card looking? Have we had any updates for this week? Any more
We
matches for
do
us to
have
look
some
forward to?
updates.
Rhea,
Unfortunately, I was kind of off about my original predictions.
I think we all were.
For starters, we're getting Big E versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship in a
Who saw
Nigerian
that
drum
coming?
fight.
What is a Nigerian
what?
drum fight?
I don't
How
know, but I just
are
want
we
Big E
doing
to
this
come
here?
down to the ring with a giant marching band drum. Dude, that would go
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh,
Also,
man,
I had Riddle out versus Ali for the US title, but now we're getting Riddle versus Sheamus. That's even better. No
I'm cool
disrespect
with
to my
that.
boy Mustafa Ali.
But Sheamus, how are you gonna like turn down
I'll
Sheamus?
always love
Sheamus
Sheamus.
is yeah, exactly. You're the biggest Sheamus mark in the world.
Sheamus has been Sheamus has been WWE's most consistent performer since he returned in late 2019 and early 2020. Throughout the pandemic, he's been one of the
I
most
would agree
consistent
with you on
performers
that. Yeah.
in WWE, and he deserves to win at Mania.
Yes. I
He deserves it.
I like Matt Riddle. I know a lot of people don't.
Chop.
Yeah, Chop hates the guy. I don't blame him. His shtick gets
Funny,
very
Weed Man is
unfunny.
funny.
Yeah, exactly. It is just weed man. But
I think it was better handled
I sound
in
like Sans.
NXT because he was handled more as a serious competitor with
In NXT and
yeah.
like before
guys,
NXT.
guys, I forgot my line. uh,
I
there's
popped for that. I thought it was funny.
it was a little bit, but it's, they're overdoing the whole I'm Matt Riddle. Look at me. They're doing it a little bit too much. It's they don't have to make him look like stoned to the bone every single week. It doesn't need to be done. We all get it.
Stone.
Yeah. Look at me, turned 70 all of a sudden. Um
You turned
But, like,
70?
yeah. Yeah, stoned to the bone. That's a boomer phrase, right?
Stone to the bone. That's why you're the funny one, Daniel.
That's why I'm the funny one. I'm not doing my job this week. Oh God Almighty. Yeah. Speaking of the Almighty, Lashley has to win. He does. That's how it is.
Lashley. Lashley.
Lashley.
Lashley.
Strike the
Lashley.
pose, big man.
Lashley.
Strike the
Hit the
pose.
pose, big man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Alright, anyways, ranked. Here we go.
Yeah.
For this
Okay.
week's episode, I've come up with a special idea for ranked.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
we may need to use Google for this one. But in
Okay.
the spirit of WrestleMania,
Use Google for all of this.
oh yeah, you can use Google anyways. But anyways, the top 5 WrestleMania main events.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm literally just gonna look up right now WrestleMania main events, and we're gonna go through, and we're just gonna rank the top 5, the 5 best ones.
You guys
Okay.
find the website.
Should we all get the same list here?
Doesn't matter, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
How are we counting 36? They had 2 main events.
We'll
So
them
count
as
them as 2.
one. Yeah.
So it's the Boneyard and Drew versus Brock.
Boneyard's in my top 5.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
okay.
We have to have Steve Austin versus The Rock, but I don't know which one.
Okay, well, everyone has their own
17.
separate ones, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sean. Let me explain how this works for you. Everyone comes up with their own top 5. And this one does not have to be in any specific order. Just the top 5, the 5 main events of WrestleMania that you would place above all the other ones.
Yeah, I'm new
And
here.
if you need an
so-
honorable mention, go on ahead.
Okay. Let me do this.
I got mine.
I'm new here, so usually
You're
I would
fine.
carry my own conversations because everybody knows me for my amazing live videos where I talk about the greatest things ever
And other
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
and talk shit on soccer. Because fuck
Yeah.
soccer.
Soccer
Fuck you,
sucks.
Alex. When you listen to this, fuck you, Alex.
I can second
No
that.
one tell him this. No one tell him we said
He's
this.
not listening, right?
He's not gonna listen.
I'm pretty sure Chop's the only one psychotic enough to listen to this all the way through. Alex
he's
isn't
gonna
listening.
pull out the phrase and he's just gonna post it in the chat.
Chop's gonna screen record this like 30-second clip. Oh,
love you, Chop.
Oh God.
Love you, Alex.
Yeah. Love,
Nah, I hate you, Alex.
love
Just
you,
kidding.
Chop. Just Chop.
Love you, Juan. That's out of
Yeah,
our
you
boy
too.
Juan.
Yeah. One,
King
two.
Switch Club.
Chop, I love you all. Let's
Oh
do the
my God.
damn list.
I just finished my list, and 3 of them have Shawn Michaels.
Well, Mr. WrestleMania.
All right, I'll go through mine since I'm already talking.
Okay.
All right, in no particular order. Stone Cold versus The Rock from WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12. The 60-minute Iron Man match.
All right.
The Boneyard match. The Boneyard
Right.
from WrestleMania 36. Taker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26, career
The
versus streak.
retirement one. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. And from WrestleMania 20, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus, I don't know. On the network, it just says blank. I don't know.
You bastard. I was gonna pick that one too.
Redacted.
Yeah. I was gonna pick that one too. Okay.
Triple H
I'll go
versus Shawn
next.
Michaels versus boop.
Triple H
Just a
versus
giant
Shawn
bleep.
Michaels versus prolonged beeping
Oh,
sound.
wait, Daniel, I got an idea. Every time we say his name, you got to bleep it out in post.
All right. Okay.
Okay, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus in the main event of WrestleMania 20.
Let's not.
And that's my
mention
list.
anymore. Okay. I'll go next. Shit. And I need to order these. I know roughly what 5 matches I'm going for, but I kind of need to order them.
And you know what?
Okay.
Real quick, honorable mention: Brock versus Kurt, WrestleMania 19. Honorable
The one
mention.
where Brock
All right, go
almost
ahead,
killed
Daniel.
himself.
Oh yeah, the shooting star. Love it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start with a bold choice here.
Please tell me more.
Because I think it's historic, and it kind
Lawrence
of has to
Taylor
be
versus
marked.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
We're on the same website. I think it's historic, and it kind of has to be marked in a way. Mania 35, Lynch versus Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Don't do that, right?
I'm sorry.
And this,
You just
truly
made Lana really happy.
yeah.
I-
But see,
I
the thing
tr-
is, this was Becky Lynch's moment, right? This was the
Yeah.
culmination. Everyone was behind Becky Lynch here.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think anyone has had that kind of like momentum going into a match as much as Becky Lynch did here. We all knew she was winning.
I feel like
In a
though
main event of WrestleMania, I'd say, because
the main
Kofi
ev-
versus Daniel Bryan was on that same card.
Yeah.
it had a
Okay.
really good build up, but it just felt like the match it just didn't flow well.
The match wasn't as good as some
I blame
And
Charlotte.
of
that
the other
really
matches on here. Yeah.
downplayed I feel like Becky's victory. I feel like it downplayed it a lot because of just how much people dislike the match.
Mm.
But once again,
I
historic, yes. So I can agree.
historic, and I really enjoyed the story
I am not
behind it.
sexist, but I feel like
I
if
love
they
women.
waited,
Um,
personally, I'm the biggest fan of women. There's like
I'm sorry.
Sean's the biggest
That sounds.
feminist in the IGWC.
you feel
Personally,
like
I'm the
two all
biggest fan of
men.
women. That sounds like a Trump tweet. I'm sorry. That's an unwritten
Personally,
Trump tweet,
I
right?
I love women. I think about women.
Love
I dream
women.
about women.
Let's leave it
I
there.
respect them.
Sean, I have your girlfriend's Instagram. I can send her the link to this video.
I feel like she doesn't need to listen to me talk about wrestling for a good hour, or at least
No, just
All right, then
send
I'll
her
get
this
Chop
clip.
to record that clip.
Just
We'll
send her
get
this
Chop to
clip.
record
It's
that
fine.
clip. Oh wait, I'm
I-
sorry, Daniel. Speaking of Chop,
personally.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry, but speaking of Chop,
Speaking of Chop,
we're
he
gonna break
left
for a minute for this.
lovely message. We're gonna have a break, and we're gonna come right back after this brilliant message from my friend, yours, the best in the world, Chop.
Job.
Hey, what's up? It's Shopbox Show. I was supposed to be on the podcast again this week, but time zones and shit, man. I don't know. Hey, but we got a third ad deal. Check out Jabroni Raviolis on Instagram. Best account up there. Needs a bajillion followers. And fuck Scotland.
We're back again. My next match here is gonna. You've already said it, Chris. It's Michaels versus Triple H versus.
You can say it. There you go.
I can say it. I've got to
We'll
bleep
bleep it
it
out.
afterwards. It's
People will know.
people. We know who it is.
The people know your role.
Yeah, they
People
will know
scat.
their role and shut their mouths. It says
can't
here
even-
on like the list of the matches, it may be difficult for some to rewatch was in ring performances, and I got a point to make on that actually. I was watching some old Raw matches a little while ago, and it was
will.
really very hard to watch because there was one match in particular where he took a really big chair shot to the head, and I was watching it, but like behind closed fingers because I was like, I know what happened after that. I know what that caused. It's like it's a horrible thing, and I don't want WWE to take them off the network, but they kind of have to do something about it because it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to watch, genuinely difficult to watch. On a cheerier note, the next match on my list is Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton, triple threat match, WrestleMania 30.
You see, that would
was-
have made mine, but the moment of Bryan winning overshadowed the actual match because the match wasn't really as strong.
The
Same
match
thing
was
with Becky versus Charlotte
this
versus
is the
Ronda.
same thing. Yeah, this is the same thing with the Becky Lynch triple threat. It's like I say the Becky Lynch triple threat as if there wasn't two other women in the match. But it was her moment, right? It was her match. Like this was Daniel Bryan's moment. That match was but the story just puts it levels above, and I think it's just one of the best. My next match is again one that has already been mentioned here: Undertaker versus Michaels, Mania 26, streak versus career.
Definitely does not get talked about as much as their match from the Mania before. That should have made event.
No, the one with the Jesus entrance. It was it was such a good match. I remember this Mania. This is the first Mania I remember watching, like when it was on. I still got a T-shirt from this Mania. Like I bought a T-shirt with a logo on it. It was cool. Still got that somewhere. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia in that match, and it was one of the best. And then my number one is Austin versus The Rock, Mania 17. And I'm not just saying this because it's like fresh in my mind because I watched it last week. It's genuinely one of the best Mania matches I think ever. It was I like the heel turn. I like the commentary was amazing as well.
JR and Paul Heyman are honestly
Yeah.
one of the best commentary duos in wrestling history.
I hope that when Heyman is finished with his I more I say on screen, like you know what I mean, his more performative role. I hope they put him back on commentary because Heyman was one of the best commentators in this era. I think
Oh yeah,
he was like 10 out of 10. Um, that arena
what the
as
hell
well.
is this? It's a new champion.
Yeah, there was like the little sarcastic tinge on everything he says because that's his
Heyman
accent,
and
and it just
JR just
makes everything
complement each
sound
other so
sarcastic.
well.
Yeah, there's Jim Ross, the super like sincere, loud commentator, and then there's Paul Heyman, the the like uber sarcastic, very funny commentator. I love it so much. It's a brilliant
Yeah.
dynamic. We're probably never gonna get to see again. Due to I apologize here. I'm gonna be cutting you off. We're never gonna see that again. Due to a very big wall in wrestling. There's a wall here, like through the middle of Berlin. Wrestling has a wall, and
You mean a door?
it was kicked down. It's a wall. There's
The
no way through
forbidden
this.
door?
There's
Whoa.
no door here, Chris. This was a wall that's been kicked down, like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh. You mean a wall that's being broken down?
It's a wall that's being broken down. The 11th. Mark the dates in your calendars. The 11th of April. Not because it's WrestleMania. Screw WrestleMania. The Stone Cold podcast with Chris Jericho. Now, my question: are they gonna are they gonna say those three magic letters, or are we not gonna
The magic
mention
letters?
the other people from the other network?
Oh my god, the three magic letters? Oh my god. Oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my god, this is incredible.
uh,
Are they gonna mention? Are they gonna mention? Are they gonna mention?
Are they gonna mention Tony Khan? Do you think? AEW. I'm talking about AEW.
ECW.
Yeah.
They were both in ECW, so like you never know.
Yeah. Um. I I hope so desperately they mention AEW.
If they mention AEW and it stays on Peacock, I will lose my mind.
Hell, I don't think Peacock will have a problem with it. Vince McMahon will have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I think if Vince hears them mention the other people from the other place over there.
Yeah.
I think he'll be very, very upset, but it'll be
I want to
very,
hear
very
Jericho
funny.
talk about. I want to hear Jericho talk about losing the AEW World Championship in a steakhouse after winning it like 24 hours ago.
I still remember that.
Oh, so do
That was
I.
hilarious.
It's
That was
so
hilarious.
funny. Oh, oh man.
What
Yeah,
was it? It was a Longhorn Steakhouse.
yeah. So yeah, let's go back to the top 5 things here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Sean
Sean,
has
what
to
are you
do this.
thinking? Yeah.
I didn't have a good place to interrupt and tell you, but this is
Apologize,
my
yeah.
opinion. So my first one, my number 5, is going to be Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 31.
Mm,
Not because of the
Okay.
match, just
but
because of
because
the
of the
cash
Heisman
in.
century.
Interference with
Exactly.
Rollins. Yeah.
The
Okay.
cash in at that exact moment. Yes, I was a
It
bit
was
pissed
perfect.
off because I wasn't a big fan of Rollins. But looking
I've
back
always
on
been a
it, it was
massive Rollins fan.
amazing. It
Yeah.
was absolutely amazing. It made me
Yeah,
smile,
it was a lot of
and
fun.
it's personally one of my favorite moments looking back on it because that was exactly around the same time that I was getting back into wrestling.
Mhm.
So, okay, my number 4
Good one. Yeah. What you saying next?
is the Boneyard match from the most recent Mania.
Okay.
So, I just really like the idea they took with the cinematic match. It
I
was
hope
something.
they stick with that. Sorry to interrupt you
Yeah,
here,
it's fine.
but I hope like post pandemic, because I don't know how it looks in the US, but here in the UK we're reaching the end game, I think, of the
After
kind
you're
of
stealing my
the
gimmick.
COVID. I hope they stick with the the cinematic matches. I hope those like stick around because there's potential for them to be amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I
with
feel like it was so
Wyatt.
innovative and it was perfect for Taker's last match.
Yeah.
Personally, because he was able to work at a pace that really didn't put a big toll on his body, and
No.
they could have so much fun with it. And it was the last appearance of the Good Brothers. Rest in peace. Ended up getting murdered
Oh
by Taker,
yeah. In
and
in in kayfabe, they're dead, right?
they
Like,
straight up got murdered.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
gone from existence.
I love that.
In the WWE canon,
Brother me softly.
Undertaker's final appearance, well, the Biker Taker's final appearance, he ended up murdering both of them in cold blood and did not have any repercussions.
My
From
only disappointment about that match, I have to say, I think I someone sent me this the other day. I think it might have been Lana who sent me it because she's the only one who is as massive of a Metallica mark as I am. Metallica was meant to play Undertaker like out because obviously
Yeah.
they used one of their songs. Metallica was meant to play Undertaker out of the Boneyard match, which we missed out on that. And we missed out on Alter Bridge playing Edge to the ring as well. Which hopefully we'll get this year. That would be good. I'd enjoy that a lot. Yeah, I miss the musical entrances. Please can we have Limp Bizkit back? I, Fred Durst is still going, man. We like please. Anyway, your list. Sorry, I keep
I'm
interrupting
just
you.
gonna fly through the next
Yeah, that's okay.
3 and 2, and then I'm gonna talk about my number 1. So number 3 was The Undertaker versus Edge at
Right.
WrestleMania 24.
Banger.
And I'm just gonna throw this one up because I don't have time to think. But personally, I'm gonna say Hulk Hogan and Mr. T's tag team match at WrestleMania 1 for number 2. Not because of the match. Once again, I
It's
like
because it's the
gimmicky
first
stuff.
WrestleMania main event.
It's the first WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and we have to talk about it. And who doesn't love Mr. T? But anyways,
Yeah,
my
exactly.
favorite match that I love. Personally, I dislike the Mania very much, but the main event was absolutely amazing. Somebody already mentioned it, but it was Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. I
Okay.
personally believe that the build up for Bryan was some of the biggest and best um, booking at recent memory, even though it
Because
was
it was organic. They
yeah,
let us, the filthy smarks, um like bully them into giving us Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. And I
Daniel,
think it's one of the best things they've done
he had
because he
such a
deserved
big
it so much.
backing,
Yeah.
and everybody went in sort of knowing that Bryan was going to do it.
It was the same thing as the Lynch match. We all knew he was winning,
Yeah,
but
but it was still
it
so
still
fun
felt,
to see his journey and to be a fan to go along with it.
exactly.
And
I agree with you that that's definitely in the top 5 for sure.
and just the last couple sequences of the match and him making Batista tap and just the whole arena lighting up because
The shot that sticks in my mind was him up on the table at the end of the match, like after the match, and there was that kind of like wide camera shot. And it
yeah,
was him on top of the table with the titles, and that
Yeah.
sticks in my mind. That's the shot I take away from
Also,
that match.
can I just say, but that match and everything after, Michael Cole's best commentary work in WWE.
Yeah, I could agree with
Quoting,
that.
what was it, The Miracle on Bourbon Street?
Yeah, that was
Just incredible.
I could agree with that. I could get behind that.
And just screaming, like, as Bryan has the S-lock in on Batista, just him screaming, tap out Batista, tap out Batista. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I wanted to scream with him.
yeah.
I think
And
I did.
it had, I think, one of my favorite off-screen moments. I'm not sure if they got it on camera. I'm not too sure. They did, but I'm not sure if it was on pay-per-view. Was when he
Yeah.
went to Connor
Yeah,
right after.
They did.
the win.
They did.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they got a couple seconds of that on the pay.
And I love revisiting that video because that makes me emotional and that makes me happy to be a wrestling fan. Just
Yeah,
knowing how they all got together and that win was basically for him. Not it basically made his life.
He dedicated it.
Yeah. And that just
It's
makes me happy and was wholesome and I love it.
there's
I love
there's not a
Daniel.
whole lot in like anything anymore that does that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Wrestling's one of the few sports left around that like actually makes moments like that.
And the fans
I love
are
it so much.
arguably
Yeah.
one of the best parts. Which
We're back again. Discord sucks, man.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
'cause technical difficulties said so. We need to switch to a different platform for next.
We're gonna do Google Meet next time. That's what's tough.
Yeah.
Zoom or something.
I think Discord's the easiest one to record from though, because there's like just bots you can add into your server that record for
Yeah.
you, and
I
then
didn't know
like
that.
message you the file afterwards. It's easy. That's what I do anyway. I get all these our individual files in FLAC form as well. So if any you say anything offensive, I can cut it and I can get just you saying it.
Sean.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't said anything out of pocket today, and I'm sort of proud
Yeah.
for containing
Chris said he
myself.
stalked your girlfriend.
Okay, I do not.
Chris, we caught you, bro. We caught you. There's
Red-handed.
I
4K.
don't.
we caught you.
We caught
Stop
you on
talking.
FLAC, man. We caught you on digital audio.
You told me you knew my
Homie,
girlfriend's
that-
account.
Y'all are
Chris,
taking
fuck.
this out of context.
We're
There's
joking, man. We're joking. It's all good.
I'll find you, Chris. I'll
I
find
don't
hope you
doubt
do.
it. I don't doubt it for a second.
I hope you do, cutie.
I will
Right,
100% end BCW single-handedly.
Homie, I will
Anyways-
bury you.
A just quick reminder, everybody, we have to get Kevin Rhodes trending. We have to push him. That's just it.
I'd push Chop over you, to be honest.
We don't have the power to get anything trending. We don't have the clout. We're not like these Minecraft YouTubers. We can't get things trending as soon as we upload.
We could definitely be like them, though. We
There's
can
the
have our own
potential.
stands. We could.
If
run the
if
IGWC.
I want my own stands, not so I can like manipulate them, because I know a lot of people do that, especially in this community, huh? I want people to like ratio my Twitter reply.
I want to get bodied.
Let's.
I want my own minions. I'm gonna send them out when somebody disagrees with me, like everybody else does on Twitter. Oh, you disagree with that? Batista's a good wrestler. That's it. You're out. Go attack him. Because there are 100% people in this community that like to use their own following to gain a very disgusting advantage. I'm not gonna say a name that had people protecting him for the really fucked up things he did, but like,
Is this just us shooting on the IGWC net?
I told you I was gonna do a promo April 1st, but it was a joke because I never post. So, anyways, follow me
I
at
think-
Total Markout for no content.
Yeah, I
Make
think
me
that's
feel
a good place to end the podcast.
Yeah.
With Sean shooting on IGWC pedophiles. Please like and subscribe. I'll leave links in the description. Thanks to Sean for coming on.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Hopefully next week we'll actually have Chop in the flesh. Not in the flesh. We can't touch him, unfortunately.
I wish I
Hold
could.
on.
So same. Hopefully we have him next week. But thanks for listening this long. If you did, why? Like, subscribe, comment, follow all of us from the link in the description. Share this with your friends if you've got any. And again, thanks for listening, and bye.
Cheers.
So you stuck around after the credits here. Thanks.
Whoa.
Skiwo. Sean has something to say. Go shoot, brother.
There is something I've been meaning to get off my chest for a while, and that is I have been in the works of the greatest diss track to ever grace Instagram, any Instagram community, wrestling, women's basketball, volleyball, lacrosse, swimming, whatever the hell you like. Everybody's going to hear about this. Your mom's going to hear about this. Your dad's going to hear about this. Your grandma, if she's still alive. But
Mine's
after
Neither.
same, I'm giving a announcement to everybody that Paris, that diss track is going to happen. I've not forgotten about what you took from me, my fame and my glory that was not there to begin with. But I am tired of being in the shadow and being afraid of releasing my truth. But the truth is, I'm ready for you. And I'm ready to do this. And there is nothing that's going to stop the truth from coming out. That I am no racist SOB. I am just Mark. And I like to mark out. I am total mark out, and you best follow me. Because once this drops, nothing's going to top it. So,
wow.
yeah.
Hell of a promo on you, my friend.
Fuck
I only
Paris,
have
fuck Chop, fuck Alex, fuck the IGWC. But like, Chop,
Fuck LAW as well.
I love you, Bew.
there's only one thing I have left to say about that. Stewo!
The baby. Woo.
The baby.
We had to make it the baby reference.
Absolutely. Y'all rocking with the baby? Boop!